Hello. Okay, so in Flutter, there are three modes which you can build your app. We have release mode. Okay. We have release mode. We have debug mode, and we have profile mode. No, I'm just trying to explain something. Just continue what you are building. So, like I said, there are three modes which you can build your app in Flutter. So we have debug mode, we have release mode, and profile mode. When you are developing your app, when you are currently working, making changes, and you expect whatever you change to simulate on your screen immediately. That is when you build your app in debug mode. If you look at this launching main.dat SDK, something like, you see that it says in debug mode. So meaning that debug mode is the mode you work with, that is your development mode. Then we have another one called profile. Profile mode is next to debug mode. It has all the capabilities. It has most of the capabilities of debug mode, and also the release mode. The release mode is just like, the profile mode is just like release mode that has some features of debug mode. And the release mode is when your app is done, when you are done packaging, when you are done making changes on your app, and you want to push, maybe you want to push to the testers, you want to send it to your friends to test, or you want to submit it as an assignment. So that's when you build your app in release mode. Even if you want to push your app to any app store, you build it in release mode. So profile mode is just used to debug some issue that you might be having in release mode, but it's not coming. You don't have the issue in debug mode. So some things like app size, uh, what again, performance issue, you can test those one in profile mode. So that's that about release, debug, and profile mode. I hope you guys hear what I explained. Okay. You said you should do what? You said okay. You cannot hear me when while you are doing something. Okay, don't worry. I'll explain it later then. Hey, are you guys working like this? What is it? Okay. Oh, finally, finally. Are you done? This is just a simple screen now. How is it going? Is it coming up well? The UI array. A minute. Okay. Have you seen it, Daniel? You said? You said? My work timer. guys have spent 20 minutes too, and I give you 5 minutes. What's going on? I'm not hearing anything from you guys. Isaac, what's going on? Wonder, what's going on? Ifeoluwa. Let me see what you guys have done. Let me see. Yeah, man. Isaac, how is it going? I've mentioned the widget hierarchy. This one I've launched after hello, what's up? I'm expecting you guys to let me see what you've done, Isaac. Have you guys started run your emulator? Because you remember I told you that's the first thing you should always do anytime we have so what's up? You said? Oh yeah. It should be done already. Okay, this one too has launched. I wonder what's going on. Feolua, what's going on? Are you done? Daniel, you said 5 minutes. This is almost 10 minutes now. Hello. You guys should not waste our time. Oh. I'm expecting you to be done. Oh. I don't know what is taking you this long. Flutter has already created this one for you already. You just change this thing. Yo, let me start. Let's see who finishes. Okay, home page. Home page. This is the color we want to use. So this is blue gray, right? And let's combine it with this tail. Then we have you said you guys should not copy my work. You guys should not copy my work. You said this UI, this which this is it. What is it? Okay, so are you guys done? I started like almost half an hour after you guys, and yeah, I'm done. Hello. You guys are not. This is a simple UI that you guys cannot do. It's not running. Why is it not running? And that means your device is not connected. Is that the same issue all of you are having? Let me see your work. Let me see what you've done so far. You do know? And let me see. It can be like maybe a minor issue. Why is it not running? You don't know. It's because it's not put comma here. You guys, you copied what I did. What about you, Fellow? You did the same thing. Yeah, let me see on Isaac. So what's the issue? Daniel, where's your own? Let me see. We don't have all the day.
The color, I just use green. It's green color.
How do you want to write this code? Lie. It is a lie.
How?
It's a lie. I'm very sure you are not the one.
How? What did you know?
How did I know? Don't worry. How did I know? I swear you are not the one.
How you say you're swearing?
I'm very sure, but I will not tell you what I see because I know you are not the one.
You've done stuff like this before.
Nah, lie. I've never taught you anything like preferred size. This size was from it. Where did you get it from? I know you are not the one. I am very sure. Let me see your prompts. Oh, I'm sure you are not the one. You use AI. Where is your ID? Which ID? Okay, you are using address here. You put in. You did not follow the pattern here. You use ChatGPT or any AI. You did not follow any pattern. I saw what you did here, honestly.
Actually, what you did it. What you did it. What you did it actually.
What is this container doing here? What? Alright guys, let's just continue. So you have a question? I've not seen your own code now. Let me see it. I want to use Juju for me. Put it here. Put it here. Don't bother. Put it here. What is this? Change the text here. Abba here. What's all this?
This one is from there.
You said?
That was what it was.
Your put. No. You add the one that's not required. What do you I don't know what you are trying to do at all. At all. I don't know what you are trying to do here. This is main folder main file that Flutter created for you, and your main that is supposed to have a main method, then your my app. I don't know where you get this work timer from. Maybe you also use ChatGPT.
No.
Everything you did here is okay. Let me refer at everything you've done so far. So what it is originally. So yeah, this is what it is originally. No, let's delete. This is the maximum we can go back. Okay. No, this is not everything. Scaffold on to. I want to see if you will be able to fix all this issue yourself. Do you see the issue here?
Sir?
Did you see the issue in this your code? You don't know what the issue is, have you? The issue is you've deleted all the closing brackets. This right from here, this is opened. This is opened. Actually, you close this one. This is okay. So right from here, you delete this closing bracket. This is supposed to be closed here. Then this one too is supposed to be closed here. Wait. So this is done. Okay, so now this is closed. Now how do you know how to close the brackets? This is opened here. You count one. How many open brackets do you have? One. This one is open and it is closed here. This one is open and it's closed. This one is not closed. That means we need another one here. Then so this one is fixed. Then let's go to build methods. Now you open scaffold. Scaffold is supposed to be closed. Hey, actually go. Scaffold is supposed to be closed here, right? Then you have app bar. Okay, scaffold is okay. Let's start from this build method. This build method is supposed to be closed here. Then inside it we have scaffold. Scaffold is supposed to be closed with brackets. Then we have app bar. Yeah, app bar will be closed there. App bar is closed. Center is supposed to be closed here. Then column. Let me just remove this. You don't need this one. for now. So we have scaffold, center, column, we have children, then we have this is your key, no the work.
That one is not working.
Then we have text. It should be done here. So let's put comma. What is it again? Build method, scaffold, center, column, build, scaffold, center, column, children, and charge. So it's supposed to work like this. Where is 0? Okay, I think this one require one more. So this one is fixed. Now there is one here too. Go and fix the just count the open and close brackets. Okay, so let's start with today's work. Yeah, hello guys. Hello. Alright, so today we'll be working on an app that helps us to manage our productivity. So it helps us to manage our time while working, while taking a break, or while doing some other things. So the concept behind this app is when you are working, you tend to forget to take a break, or even when you are on break, you tend to do that for more than enough time. So we want to build an app that helps us to manage our time while working, while we are on break, either short break, long break. So we could set a time for us, for ourselves, to focus on a specific task, and when that task is done, then we want to take a break. So our app will focus on that, and by the end of this class we'll be able to construct a UI that use different buttons. We'll be able to extract our widgets to another file. Then also we'll be able to use external package. By package, I mean a code that someone has written somewhere, then we want to import it to our file to be able to use the same code. So those are the things we will be focusing on. Also, on the logic aspects, we will write some logic to calculate our time, to calculate the the work time, the remaining time, and the percentage of our time. So we will also look at advanced functions in that programming language, which we will look at. There are two types of functions. I mean, these are advanced functions. We call them features and stream. We'll explain them later in this course. Alright, so but before we move on, let's go to this website called materialpalette.com. materialpalette.com. Let's say you want to build an app and you know the color you want to use for your app. So materialpalette.com help you to combine this color so that you can preview what your app looks like when you are done. For example, let's say this app, we want to combine this blue gray and this tail color to build our app. So when I select these two colors, so it shows me the preview of what the app will look like on the app bar and the button. Let's say I select another color. I select let's say this. So as you can see, it shows me the preview of what the app will look like, and then you can just copy the color code and use it directly in your app, just like we did here. So as for this, we are trying to use blue, gray, and tail color. You said this is the preview on the site. You said you select the color you want to use. You said you will select two colors or more. So once you select the color you want to use, so it will give you the preview of for example, let's say someone that wants to build this now. You see that this yellow is not the contrast is not really okay here, so it's telling you that maybe you should consider another color. So material palette design. Also, it gives you these different variants of the colors you selected. Okay. Now let's proceed with our app. I don't know. Wait, I thought I gave you guys an assignment to build this UI. So where is it? I give you an assignment now. Let me check the Slack. You guys want to use? You guys are using Juju on me. I'm sure I remember I sent a screenshot to you. You said? Oh wow! I did not drop the screenshot there. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Now let's move on. The first thing we want to look at is actually we've already built this skeleton UI. The next thing we want to look at is the button. Now if you look at this screen here, I don't know how I can share this screen to your. Okay, let me try and do this. this is the UI we are trying to work on. We want to make this outline is a screen, a scaffold screen with the app bar, 3 buttons on the row, a center widget here, and 2 buttons at the bottom. That's the skeleton of what we are trying to build. Let's do that on our code. The first thing we want to do here is create a button. Can anyone remind me the widgets to create a button in Flutter? Yes. You said? I can hear you. Drop down for a button. Drop down is another widget on its own. Ah, God. Hello. What is the widget to create a button? You guys have forgotten. Okay. Hello. What's going on? Daniel, which widget do we use to Daniel, what widgets do we use to create button in Flutter? Yes. I'm not asking the type of widget we have in Flutter. The widget we use to create button. You said? Text button, copy. In the last class, we shall the last class we shall create a widget that we use button. We create a screen that we use button. So you guys cannot remember the button we use, the widget we use. Anyway, we use elevated button. See, have I ever mentioned text button for you in the class? So there's elevated button, and let's say the child is text. You guys, you have to, I don't know how you want to do it. You have to learn and relearn. You have to look at the code always, and I don't know how you can do it, but you have to. read your code, read the source code again and again until you memorize all the widgets we use, because these are the basic widgets. If you don't know them off head, I don't know what you will be creating later. So all these basic widgets, you must know them off head. Alright, so we use elevated button to create a widget and to create a button, and we can customize the elevated button, and it has a style property which we can use to style the button. Just like this, we have this, but if you want more flexibility for your button, I want to see this. Okay. I thought they were going to show the don't worry. Now, so this elevated button is one widget. There's another widget called text button is also a type of button, right? But there's another one called material button. Material button gives you the flexibility to do whatever you want to do with your button. You have more control over the style and whatever you want to customize on your button. So let's use material button instead of elevated button. Now, and material button is coming from material app. You remember the material app? Yes. So it's coming from material. This material.dat, right? If what we have here is Cupertino, let's say, Cupertino like this. You see, material app is giving you error. Team data is giving you error. Also, scaffold, also material button. That's because Cupertino doesn't have. All those widgets, they are properties of, they are widgets of material. And you remember I told you we have material app and we have Cupertino. Cupertino UI is used for iOS development. Like the UI is designed to fix iOS development, but material is material fits Android, and also it's okay for iOS as well if you can customize the UI. So material can be used for anything. In fact, any of them, you can use any of them for whatever you want to use it. You just need to customize them based on. But material is more customized for Android. Like they already customize most of the UI for Android. Whereas if you use it for iOS, it will still work. You don't have any issue, right? So that's it. All right. So material button is complaining of a constant. So there is a constant somewhere in our code. That's why this material button is complaining. Let's find it. It cannot be this. Okay, add required. So now material button takes in different parameters. One of them is on pressed, one of them is on long press. That is when you click and hold on your button, that is long press. On highlight change, mouse cursor. This mouse cursor is the type of cursor you want when you put a mouse on the button, right? So now the property we are interested in is this on press, because we want to be able to, we want some actions to perform when you click on your button, right? So also let's look for another properties like child. Yeah, it has a child which we can use to pass in the text we want to display on the button. Are we cool? So let's do that and then the text will be, let's just call this one work. Okay, as you notice, the button is not showing anything yet, right? Now the color, let's look for color or style. Okay, we have color. Then we can pass our colors in. Let's go and copy the X code of our color. Okay, so this is the color we are using. I'll copy this and put it in our codes. Do you guys remember how we pass X color to our widgets, to our color widgets? I explained S color to you, right? The other, not today. Did I not? So how do we pass it to the widget? How do we pass it to color widgets? Hey. What's going on, guys? You guys are not serious. So we can use this, we use color widget, then 0xxf. 0xf will be like the solid color. This is just saying solid color, then we pass our X color code. So this is going to return the color. Okay, now so we have our button. Now on this UI we have 3 buttons that will be on a row, right? So this will be on a row. How do we know that it's a row? Because they are laid side by side, and column is used for the one that are on top each other, right? So then that means this our material button will be inside row. Then children, then we can pass now we can
Recording in
duplicate it
progress.
3 times like this, right? So and give it their values, both let this reload. So we can do it like this, and yeah, they are all okay. Let's pass their color. So this one will be here, the first one will be this, the second one will be let's just use this for the last one, right? I think I explained how X color have been generated, right? Okay, so let's save our changes. And we have our color like this. Now this is a row. We want to give them the available, we want them to be able to extend to the available space they can. For example, these 3 buttons now, we want 3 of them to take up all the screen width. Then we can just give them some little space between each other. So to do that, we can do something like, we can use size box. I've mentioned size box to you before, right? Okay, so size box, now this, are we going to give it a width or height? We give it a width because we are working with row. So let's give it a 20. Also this. So after that, we want the row to with okay, there's no error. So Now we give them the spacing between each other. Now we want them to be able to take all the available space on the screen. So to do that, we have a widget called expanded. Expanded will expand its child to take up all the available space. So if you wrap any widget with expanded, it will expand the child of that widget. I mean, it will expand the child of that expanded widget to take up all the available space for itself. So let's do it with this material button. We can wrap it with a widget and name it expanded. As you can see, when I wrap the first button with expanded, you see it expands it expands itself to take up all the available spaces. Then it shifts all these ones to the edge of the screen, right? Okay, what if we want 3 of them to be equal size and take the same spacing? So we can do that by wrapping each of them with expanded. So let's do that. So let's reload. So as you can see, 3 of them now takes the whole width of the screen, giving each of them the equal sizes. Are we cool with that? Okay. You said? Yeah, we'll put that now. So thank you for noticing that. Now can anyone remind me the widgets to give all the screen all this content of the screen a padding? Yeah, there's a padding widget, right? So instead of this center, we don't really need this center, right? We don't really need this center. Let's just change it to padding. Then let's give it padding property. Right. Okay. Let's reduce this size was to 10 instead of 20. Okay, so this is looking like what we want, right? Okay, perfect. Now there's an issue here. We are doing something repeatedly, like we create material button, we are passing the unpressed property, the text, we are writing them. Now, like for example, we have like 5 buttons on this app. So are we going to create material app each time, and we'll pass text, we'll pass a color and all to each of them? So that will take that is actually it's okay like this. There's no issue, there's no error, but within some more code now, you see your codes like 200 lines of code, 300, 500 lines of code just for a simple screen. So one thing we can do is we can extract our widget to a custom widget. So let's do that here. Let's extract this material button. Sorry. When you click on here, control click. Wait, I've not done anything. So in VS Code, you can click control dots. You first move your cursor on whatever you want to, on the widget you want to modify. If you please sit up. So control click, click and hold control, then click on dots. So it will give you this option. Then you click on extract widgets. But in Android Studio, you will see something like, you see a light bulb like this on the widgets. Let's say you select this widget, you see this light bulb. When you click on it, you see extract widget, look just like this. And when you click on it, it will give you options to name the widgets. So let's say my app button. Let's say my app button, and press enter. So as you can see, it's take all the contents of this expanded and the material button. It takes everything and replaces it with my app button. When you control click on this my app button, it will navigate you to where it puts their implementation. So this, we can put all the customization we want to put in here. So for example, we want the button can have different color. They have different color and different text. So we can define a property outside here. It has different color, so we can use color constructor. Let's say final color. Then we give it a variable name, color. That's the button color. So then inside here, you remember how we create constructors, right? So this is a constructor, and then we can do this dots colors. Now you see that this is complaining. It says the parameter color can't have a value of null because of its type. The reason is any constructor that you see this curly bracket inside is an optional parameter. Any parameter inside here is an optional parameter, whereas this color cannot be null because we did not declare it as a nullable color. So it has to have a value. right from where we declare it. So there are two things we can do here. Either we give it a value from here, which is not what we want to do, because we want anywhere they declare the button, the button, we want to give them their custom color, their individual color. So that's not what we want to do. Instead of that, there is something called there's a keyword called required. So this required is telling the constructor that anywhere they declare this constructor, they have to pass the color widget, the color property. Do you get? So now if you navigate back to where we declared my app button, you can see that it's now complaining. You see the red line? Yeah, the reason is because of the color. So if you want to pass the color now, you can say color, then we go to where we declare the color and copy the color out. So let's copy this. Now, how do we display the color? We can use the color properties. The color properties we declare, we can just use it on here like this. So any color that is passed from this constructor will reflect on the button. Do you get? Okay, so that's cool. Let's move on. Now, also we want to change the color of the text. Instead of black, let me just replace all this one with now you see three of them now have the same color, but if we change the color from here, each of them can take their individual color. So let's do this again. This will be this will be the next one. Let's go and pass it here. Also, this will be the last one. Let's copy it and paste it here. Okay, now another thing we want to do is this text is dynamic, so let's do something again. So just like we did for the color, we can do final. The text is we can, instead of passing the whole text widgets, we can just use string, since all of them are still going to use this the same text widget. The reason I did not use it for color is because the value we are going to pass, this color, we see it as an integer. Let's see. Let's okay. As you can see, this color here that you can see here is expecting an integer value. So color knows how to pass all this to an integer. So that was why we did not bother using integer here. We pass the color directly. So, but as for text, we know that the data here will be string. So we can use string directly from here and call it we can call it text or whatever we want to call it. Then we can pass the text inside the text widget. Okay, another thing that is different in all of them is this unpressed. So this unpressed is a function, is a void function. This is the data type. We can copy this and do final void function and call it unpress like this. Then inside we'll pass them to the constructor. So now let's go to our where we call our constructor and pass the text. So call it text, comma text. Then we pass the first one is work, right? Hello, are you following me? Is there any questions so far? Okay, any question? Fellow, any question? Okay, all right. You said? I didn't hear you. Yeah, okay, yes. Yes. There is no way, because if we wrap each of them with padding, it's not going to give us what we want, because let's say we give them, let's say, padding of 10 each. Now if we give it left padding, for example, it's going to affect here, since we already have padding that covers all the page. So the padding will affect this place, and also it will affect this place. Also, the best thing is to just use size box, so that after each of them you give it the spacing that you want for each of them. Alright, so for my app, for the second one is called short break. So let's say text short break, and the last one is long break. So text long break. Now, there's one thing that is common in all of them, which is the text color. The text color is common in all of them. All of them use white text, right? So we don't need to pass that to the constructor. We can just say text. Let's give the text a styling, or we call foreground color. Let's see if this have foreground color property. Okay, it doesn't have foreground color property, but the text have a text style which we can use to give a text a color, right? So let's use that. Let's use style, then text style color, then colors dot white. Okay, so as you can see, we have our text on the screen. Are we good? All right, so we have another text at the bottom of the screen, which is stop and restart button. We can just copy our role here. Let's put it there, then remove one of them. So we call this one stop, and let's call this one restart. Okay, now the color, this one should be black and this one should be this. Let's just copy this and put it. Then let's look for that black color. And put it here. I don't know if I'm correct. Oh, I'm done. So let's just continue with this. So we have our layout, our screen layout already. Now we want these widgets. We want this one or these three buttons to stick at the top of the screen. We want the timer to stay at the center. Then the second button to be at the bottom of the screen, right? So both row and column have properties called cross-axis alignment and main axis alignment. I think I've explained that to you, right? So what do we use here inside this column? You said main access what? Ifeoluwa, what are you doing? Sit up. Now, I told you in column, so cross access alignment works for horizontal axis. So any property you want to change on horizontal axis is what column works for. However, on this screen, we don't have anything on horizontal axis of this screen. We don't have any properties that we can. So what we need here is main access alignment. So main access alignment is automatically in center, and that is why all our buttons, everything is aligned to the center. Now there is a property called space around or space between. Space between this we have space around, space between, and space evenly. So this space around space around we just space them. It will give the first. It will give the first and the second child almost half of the size of the first, then the last child. But the one we want to use is space between. Space between will space each of all of them. We give them the same space. This one is not even calculating anything. Just want to distribute all of them. It will distribute all of them and give them space according to the size of the screen. So for this, let's save. So it will push this one to the edge of the screen here, push this one to the edge of the screen here, and push this one to the center. So let's start. So as you can see, so this is pushed to the top of the screen, and this is pushed to the bottom of the screen, and this is pushed to the center. So you just give all of them spacing at random. So now the next thing we want to work on is you didn't get the spacing part. Okay, let's work with each of them. Now this space between, it says place the freely space evenly between the children. So you said space evenly we calculate the space between, like it will give all of them the same spacing. So for example, it will look at the space at the top. Let me just change this to that. Now look at it here. So it calculates the space. So it gives all of them the same spacing. So from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, and here to here, they are all the same spacing. It just segments the screen to the space available. So it calculates all the space and calculates the content of the screen give them space according to the calculation. So that's space evenly. We have space around as well. We have space around. Let's see how that works. Can you see? This is space around. It will just give them space randomly. This space from here to here, they are not the same spacing, right? So you just give them, you just space them around randomly. So that, but space between, we just push all of them until there is no more space. So, and that's what we need here. There's one more property called space. There's two more properties called space center and space start. So start will be, we push everything at the top. Center will push everything in the center, and there is end as well. End will push everything to the end. But the one we are interested in is space between. All right. Are we cool? All right. Well done. Now, you guys should pay attention here. We want to draw the where is it? This circular indicator. This is an indicator. This is an indicator? I mean, it's a progress indicator. That is, it counts the progress. Now, and to build this is a dynamic. It uses dynamic value to give to draw the widget. For example, if your value is 0.1 now, and it changes to 0.2, so you expect the progress to increase, right? Now, we can draw this in Flutter using something called custom. Okay, we can use something called custom paint to draw something like this. What is a custom paint? Custom paint is just like let me tell you a secret now, that everything in Flutter, all these widgets you are looking at, they are drawn with custom paints on background. They use custom paints to draw everything. So you yourself, you can draw anything you want to draw with custom paints. But custom paint is kind of advanced. So we want to use what someone else has already drawn, then import it to our file, our code, and be able to use it in our app. So yeah, it could be something that you can custom paint it's just like you have your board, your paints, and your brush. That's what custom paint is. If you look at let me show you the documentation of custom paint. Yeah, it should be easier. You think it will be easier, right? Yeah, no, serious. Well, it's not that hard actually. You just need to learn custom painter, custom paints here. There's custom painter and custom paints. Let me show you this. Let me just show you this code. Now, as you can see, this is your custom painter, and it is used to draw all this code. This paint is just like, so you have your canvas, which will be like your board. You have your brush, which will be like a part. This part will be like your brush, and then you have your paint. So your paint, then you can do all this calculation, you move your parts, you move everything to draw whatever you want to draw. It's actually easy, honestly, but I don't want us to move to look at that now. Right? So, and to use this custom paint on your screen, you have to, custom painter on your screen, you have to use custom paint widgets. This size will be the size of your canvas. Then you have your painter, which will paint whatever you have drawn. Okay, but we are not doing that. Let's go and use there's somewhere called pop.dev. Okay, now this pop.dev is where Flutter developers push their library, their packages to, that anyone that needs it can pick it from there and import it to your code and use it. So we have package. You can see these are the most favorite packages people use. There is Cloud Firestore, Flutter Animate, URL Launcher, Package Config, UUID, Platforms, and all. So there are lots of packages like this in Flutter, but the one we are interested in right now is progress indicator. Percentage. Do I remember the name? Percentage. Okay, this is its percentage indicator. If you look at this package, it has over 2,000 likes, 140 points, and 695,000 downloads, meaning that this package is widely known and people are using it. They are rating it good. That's why you see 2,000 plus likes. Do you get? So now we can use this package in our Flutter app. How do we use it? You can come to this installing tab here, and you see the documentation of how to install your package. Now this says the first thing we need to do is, okay, use this package as a library, depend on it, run this command. You can copy this command, flutter pop add percentage indicator. So you can do this. There are different ways to add package to your project. So one of them is using terminal and put percentage flutter pop add, then the package name like this. Then when you press enter, so this will look, it will look at the pop.dev to find the package and import it to your Flutter app for your to import it to your project. Okay, this is saying your what? Says your installation of Flutter is 256 days old, meaning that I need to upgrade my Flutter. Actually, what I've done is done already. So it already added the package, and yeah, it's called pop.get to get all the packages. If I go to popspace.yaml now, I will see the package there. As you can see, percentage indicator. So it adds it automatically. Now, aside that, we can do something. There's another way. We can just come here copy the package name just like this, then come back to your pubspec.yaml file. Then under this Flutter, you notice this alignment. This Flutter, direct under it, you can put your percentage indicator or any package you want to add. Just like this Cupertino icon, you can add your percentage indicator as well. Right under it like this with the same margin. Okay, and after this, you can either click on this icon. If you are using Android Studio, you will see pop gates. Yeah, so you can click on pop gates, or if you are using Android Studio, VS Code, you can click on this get package, or you can use your terminal and write Flutter pop gates. You can write it like this and press enter. So it will download all the packages you added to your pubspec.yaml file. Are we cool? All right. Now that we've added the package, a follower, so go to pubspec.yaml and type percentage indicator. You can just show you so when you are here, just come to installing tab, and you will see how to add package to your Flutter application. So this is one method, Flutter pub add, and this is another method, which is the one we add to that I said you add direct under this Flutter. So this is the another method. Then so hello, is there any problem? You said you can't see terminal. So you have your terminal already. Okay. You said you've not clicked on the package now. Yeah. Any other question? Pub.dev. You said? Let me hear you. There. No, don't mix it. PubGet is used to get your package. You use PubGet inside your terminal. Yeah. If you are using Android Studio, you will see one icon right like around here. So just click when you hover on that icon, you will see terminal. So just click on it and write Flutter PubGet. So that will download all your packages for you. Are we okay? All right. Now that we have the package in our Flutter app, how do we progress on using it? Now, hello, are you guys with me? Hello, are you with me? Now let's go back to readme. Then let's see how to use the package. Now they said circular and linear percentage indicator. Actually, before we move on, let me first explain this. Flutter also have percentage indicator. Flutter also have indicator. So for Flutter, you can have, let's remove this my work timer text and use linear. Flutter have linear indicator, I think so. Is it? Yeah, linear progress indicator. Also, there is circular progress indicator in Flutter as well. Instead of using another package, someone's package, there is. But the reason we want to use external package is because this the default one Flutter gives us doesn't give us enough flexibility to add. You will see it. Let's just let me rebuild. So this is linear progress indicator, and this is circular progress indicator, which you can give them a value if you want the value to be stable. This is just going like this, is loading because we did not give it a specific value, so it's just changing the value itself. But if you give it a specific value, so we can also use this as a loading bar, right? I'm sure you would have seen something like this in any application here. So this is okay, but then it doesn't give us enough flexibility in the sense that if you look at this, we want to be able to add text to the center of the circular indicator, but with the default one Flutter offers us, we cannot do this. The only way we can do this is we have to wrap it with here. Okay. So with the one Flutter offers us, we cannot pass a widget to the center. But what we need here, we want to be able to pass the current time to the center. Are we okay? So that's why we would not be using the one Flutter offers. So that's why we use. That's why we want to import the one from percentage indicator. Now, come back to the documentation. So it says both circular and linear percentage indicators like this. So this is the linear percentage indicators. Hello, what is it? You can't be talking to yourself. If you have anything to talk about, ask me. I'm not calling you. You can't. If you want to talk to yourself, talk it. Say whatever you want to say silently. Okay. Now, so we have both circular and linear indicator. So, and the one we are interested in right now is circular percentage indicators. How can we use it? So after we've added the package, then it says basic widgets, circular percentage indicator. We can copy this and import it. So we can copy this and import it to our code. So where is it? My computer has freezed. Okay. Now, you see, when I paste the code, it throws an error. That is because if you come here, you see we only import material app. We've not import the package that give us the access to that widget. You remember we don't have that widget by default. We import it from pub.dev. To import it, we'll copy this line of code and paste it here. Let me remove this and constant. Let me remove this. So now you see the error is gone. Let me go and remove it again. You see, as I remove it, this error comes up again. Another way, if you don't want to go to PubSpec again to copy the code, you can click here and click on control dots. Then you click on import library circular percentage indicator, and we are good to go. So let's save. Oh, so we have this on our screen already. So this looks like what we want to do, right? Let me open this. So as you can see, we have what we are looking for, and yeah, we are good. Another thing we can do is we can wrap it with expanded to be able to take more space. Let's wrap it with expanded. Also the color, let's copy this color and paste it here. That is the progress color. You said? Okay, we can also change the text, right? So let's just use okay, let's just declare 30 seconds or 30 minutes anyhow. Let's just say 30. Okay, this expanded will not work because it have radius. This radius is used to give it a specific size that we want, the radius that we want. So let's remove this expanded. Remove. Then let's increase it by 80. Then also we can increase the line width to something like 8. So this looks like what we are looking to build. So all right, let's format the text as well. So let's give the text, let's use the style. Let's give font size, let's give it 20. Also let me check what they use here. Let's use 30. Also font width, let's use 600 and save. Okay, so yeah, let's leave it like this. We have achieved the UI aspects. Now let me do this. Now we want to declare, we want to write a method for our app that calculates the time for us and the break and everything, that the functional, in short, the functional aspects of our app. So I hope you are still okay. We can continue, right? Hello, can we continue? Hello, can we? All right. Now let's create a file. Let's create a file and call it time. Let's say time model dot I made a typo here. So this is our time model. We know the time that we want to expect. I mean, we are expecting the percentage from time and also the actual time, right? So that is why we'll give this timer model two properties. This this is just like we are declaring the blueprint of the time. Do you get? So, and you know we can use class for that. So that's why we have this timer model. So we want to say the time and the, excuse me. Yes. So let's say int if you create everything, see this file now, this is already 91 lines of code. If you still put another class inside here, since you can create another file, why don't you see each file should contain a specific thing it does. Don't put another class in another class. In fact, this button will refactor it to its own file later. So always put a one file should do a specific thing. So now we'll say the time will be in string. Yeah, let's put string time. Also double, let's use double for percentage. Let's just put it like this. And let's generate their constructor. Now this is our timer model. Now let's create another file where we write all our logic. You know, this is just a model for the time to work. Let's create a file where we write our logic. That will be the brain of our timer. So let's say a new file. Let's call it countdown brain. Down. Let's say call it countdown brain. Call it class countdown brain. Yeah, the reason I call it this countdown brain is so that you know that this is where we write all the logic of our countdown, right? So now the first thing we want to do is the countdown we work on this this percentage indicator, right? So the first property we need from this percentage is the radius. Let's call it radius because should it be, well, yes, let's call it percentage instead of radius. Percentage is more suitable. So countdown brain. Now the first thing is the percentage. Let's call double percentage. Let's call it percentage and set it to 1. 1. This will be like the default percentage of our app. Now there's something I forget to explain here. This counts down, this circular percentage indicator, it has the radius property which defines how big the circle will be. Also the line width, which will be the width of the outline. The percent, see this percent, the maximum value is 1. So anything you want to do, you have to convert it to decimal points so that its maximum value can be 1. Do you get? So whatever value we get, we must make sure the maximum value is 1. Then the center is the text here and the percent progress color. Okay. Now let's go back to our countdown brief. Now we've declared the percentage, the percent. So also we need something. There is okay, let's declare timer model, which will be our, do we need the timer model yet? Yeah, let's use the timer model. It can be null for now. Also duration, or instead of doing this, let me just start the method. So while we are working on the method, we'll see which one do we need at what point. So the first thing we need is we want to create a method that whatever the time the users assign for the work, let's say their work time is 30 minutes. We want to convert it to string that we want to display here, right? So let's first create a method. So we can create a method, which the method we want it to return a string, right? So which means our return type will be what? Our return type will be what? It will be string. Okay, we can call it any variable name. Let's call it return time, and it will take in a duration. So let's take an input of duration. Duration is a Flutter widget that gives you properties of a time. You can add, you can remove from a time, a day, year, and all. So let's call it time. Then so let's do it like this. Now the first thing is we want to, whatever the duration they pass, we want to get the minutes from it there, whatever duration they pass. Now we can do string minutes is equal to time dot in minutes. So this time dot in minutes will give you the value of the time in an integer. So let's say you say 2 hours. So let's say 2 hours 30 minutes. So it will give you the minutes in 30 minutes. It will give you the 30 minutes. So we can also do in hours as well. but let's just limit this our app to a minute. You said? Okay, let's just limit it to minutes. Also, now we want to split it into string, so that when let's say this is 30 minutes, when it gets to 10 minutes, when it gets to 9 minutes or below, we want to display 0, 9, not 9. Do you get? So that is the purpose of this return type. So what we'll do is we'll say time in minutes if let me wrap here. Let's say time in minutes is less than 10. You know, we want to get anytime the minute is less than 10, that's when we can have the 0, 9, 0, 8, 0, 7 and the likes. So we can now say if time in minutes is less than 10, if time in minutes is less than 10, we want to do something. We want to return 0, right? Then we want to add let's say, I'm thinking of the best way to do this. So 0, then we can return concatenate it like this. I hope you all understand what I'm trying to do here. Do you get what I'm trying to do here? You said? So, yeah, so that you know this will give us this time in minutes will give us something like 30, 20, 10, 9, and when it gets to 9 or number below 10, so it will give you 9, 8, but we want it to display something like 0, 9, 0, 8. So now I now have a condition here which says if time in minutes is less than 10. Hello, if you're lower, you are not looking here. So we have a condition that says if time in minutes is less than 10, return 0 plus the time in minutes, that is 0, 9, 0, 8. Else if time in minutes is, that is, if I do else, that means if it's greater than 10. So we just want to return time in minutes. Time in minutes. Then convert it to string. So that is about minutes. What's wrong? Hello, what is it? You said? That's not magic. We are basically we've not been doing anything yet. Like, this is just, yeah, I know that's what, I know that is the meaning of that you did. Hello. This thing is like a gradual process, so I am sure you will get it. You will finally get it one day, and you remember this class that. So this is what we are trying to do. The only thing is you just have to be consistent. try and read. You can go online, search any article for beginners in Flutter development or that. So when you are consistent, so small, you will get to understand what these things mean. So basically what we are doing here is this duration, it gives us properties in time. We want to any time information that you need, you can only access it with duration. Now this duration, we want to get minutes in the duration. In fact, we can do hours as well, but I don't want us to go as far as that. So now we have minutes and we want to get the minutes. We can get the minutes with minutes in time. But this minutes in time, when it gets to numbers lower than 10, it will just return 9, 8 and the likes. But we want it to display something like 0, 9, 0, 8. So that is why we are writing if statements here. Have you guys forgot if statements that we did? So we are doing if time in minutes is less than 10, yeah, it will do this, else it will do this. Okay. Yeah, I expect that question actually. That we can do if time in minutes. We can actually use that instead of this. Right? Yes. So we can do if time dot in minutes is less than 10. Then we say minutes. So we can actually use this, but the problem with this is we can say minutes, but I believe you guys should know this thing already. I thought you should have, because you remember I taught you ternary operator. Did I not? Yeah, it's ringing a bell now, right? This is ternary operator. What are you saying? So ternary operator is used here. We are just using ternary operator instead of if statement. The reason I prefer using ternary operator is, first, we are not doing any complex calculation. All this thing here is just something we can do on a single line of code. So it's better we do it on that line of just one line of code. If you are to use if statement now, we use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We use up to 8 lines of code just to do something simple. That's one. Another thing is this string minutes. We'd have to declare the minutes up somewhere. Then we will assign the value like this. We will first declare the string minutes, and then we will now say minutes is equal to this and else. Minutes is equal to this. Hello. Okay, so I will let you be the judge now. Which one will you prefer, considering that this does the same thing as this? This everything on line 8 does the same thing as everything on line 9 to 13. Which one will you prefer to use? Yes, you prefer the first one, because but there are different use cases for each of them. let's say this inside this first or any of these value, we want to do a big calculations that takes more than one line of code. You have to use this if statement, because you cannot use ternary operator on more than one line. Any code that will require you to do something that is more than one line of code, you cannot use ternary operator. Do you get? So when to use if statement and when to use ternary operator. You use ternary operator when you just want to do simple calculation or a single line code. But if you have a complex computation or something that takes more than one line of code, use if statement. Kajiko. So we are doing if statement and we are assigning the value to this already. Let's just declare it as a final, since we are not going to update it later. Okay, we've done this for minutes. Let's go do the same thing for seconds. Okay, I'm coming over. So now we have the same logic for both in minutes and in seconds now. So if we want to display our string now, we can now do string like this and minutes. Minutes. Then we put this apostrophe sign, or what is it called? Then seconds. So this is what we will return. Are we cool? Is there any questions so far? So whatever the time you passed in here, it will return this for us. It will return something like this. It will return something like 0908. That is 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 8 seconds. Are we cool? Okay, now that's that about return type. Now let's write a method that calculates our time. Now I want to see, I'm coming in. Now let's declare a variable. Let's declare a method. Let's call it brain. Let's say time countdown brain. Void. Hello, you guys are disturbing my class. So count down brain. This is the real brain of the countdown, and what it does is it will get the current time. You said? Where do you see the widgets? Did you see any widgets here? You are not trying to be sure. Did you see any widget here? What is a widget? What is a widget? It's in our class. Even if it's in our class, what is a widget? What was the definition I gave widget for you guys? I tell you, widgets, they are the UI components of your Flutter app, right? Now, I do not know what to see here that is a UI component around here. So this function, we are just declaring create a new function, right? Just create a new function, and we call it countdown brain, because we want it to count down the time. Yeah, you get it? All right. So now I call it time countdown brain. So now to get this percentage, this indicator to reduce by seconds, that means we would have to get the current time, subtract 1 second from it every second. You get it? When I hear you say, I know that it has synced to your brain, right? Okay. Hello. So the first thing is let's say first thing is time percentage will is equal to, now let's accept let's say I'm trying to simplify the logic so that you guys will get it better. Let's say the time we get from the work time. Let's just use a static time now. Let's say our work time is 30 minutes. Our work time is 30 minutes here. Let's say duration. Let's say, okay, yeah, duration. Time. Our work time. Let me call it work time. Work time is equal to duration. Now, you see all the properties we can give duration. We can give it days, we can give it hours, microseconds, milliseconds, minutes, seconds, right? So in this case, we want to give it 30 seconds, right? So let's say seconds is equal to 30 seconds. Now, every time we want to be able to subtract 1 second from the work time, right? So meaning that every second will be reducing the work time by 1 second. So let's say work time is equal to work time dot subtract. Oh, I'm not use subtract minus duration one. So do you get this? So every time it will reduce the work time by 30 seconds. Let's say we have, oh, this should be 30. Let's just set it to 30 seconds so that it won't take our time. If we set it to 30 minutes now, we'll wait 30 minutes for it to load, to finish. So let's just set it to 30 seconds. Are we cool? All right. So let me. Now, the next thing is this percentage. This percentage, we want to get you remember I said the maximum percentage will be 1. We will be able to calculate the remaining time with the full time. Do you get? Then divide it by each other to get the percentage to show on our progress indicator. To do that, we can do time in seconds. We can use, okay, let's declare another work time. Let's declare another variable here. Full time. Let's say full time. Now, I want to tell you the reason I create a new variable called full time. The reason is because this work time will be reduced every seconds, but we need something that will still give us the full time that we need, the full work time. But if we are to use this work time, it will not work because it is reduced already. Let's say it is in 29. So the full time, we still need the full time. Please excuse me, let me pick this one. Hello. Hello. Yeah, that's all. Momento sorrow. Side. Swipe. Momento nje beba. Migo. Rasa. Yeah, sure. Quatro. Yes, sir. Mukon ejo jẹ́ kí n pè yín padà tó bá ti ṣe tán. Mo wà ní class báyìí, màá pè yín. Àtẹ̀ṣe. Hello, I'm sorry. So let's continue. So now we want to divide the work time. We want to divide the full time from the work time to get the percentage. Now we can say work time in seconds. Work time in seconds divided by full time. Do you get? You did not get. We want to get 1 from 30 seconds. Now, to get 1, we want to divide the whole time with the current time. Let's say, let me use calculator. Hello. This is not calling up. Okay, calculator. Is slowing down. Please, can anyone open your computer calculator? You said? Hello. Okay, you've opened it. All right. Let's say our work time is 30 seconds. But the current time now we are at 15 seconds. Now put 15 seconds, put 15. Yes, divided by full time, that is 30. 0.5, which is the half minute, right? Or half seconds. Do you get it now? You get the concept now. So we want to get the time in seconds. So at half minute, we want our radius to be at the center. At the half progress. We want our progress indicator to be at the half of the distance. So that is why. Now we can now do work time. Work time dot in seconds divided by full time dot in seconds. So we have our day, this thing already. So we can now return. You remember the timer model we created in the first class time. So we can now call that timer model because it is the one that will return the time for us now. So the timer model. Then we will say the time. The time will be in minutes. So we will use the return time that we created earlier. The return time. And we will pass work time. Then also we will pass percentage. And we will pass percentage. Okay, so let's say we are done with our calculation. We are done with the brain of the app, but there is an issue. There is something that I want us to look at. Now, when I was discussing this course outline, I mentioned something like what is it called? Advanced DAT functions. There is something called features and stream in that. Okay, let's say this time countdown break. Like I said, we want to be able to remove 1 second every time this method is called. Every time this timer is active, we want to reduce it by 1 second. What is that thing that will be calling the method for us every 1 second? You know, what's that thing that will be calling this method for us every 1 second? Because it is until you call this method that will remove one, that will deduct 1 from the work time, 1 second from the work time. Now we need something that will be able to call this method for us every 1 second, so that it can remove 1 second from the work time. So that is where we will look at something called stream. That stream, yes. There is stream. There is stream and there is feature. Another one is now. Let me explain these two for you in a simple term. I want to look for a simple illustration so that you get the concepts real quick. You are not getting it. You are you are hungry, okay? You know what? Let's just let's round up by 2. No, we have to finish this. Wow. wow. I thought this is 142. Don't worry, let's just finish this. Alright, let's just finish this and I will give you the rest as an assignment. No. It's just a UI. You'll be able to do it. Okay. We have a stream and we have a feature. Let's say you have a robot. Let's say you have a robot. You want to eat this morning. You want to eat, and also you want to. Okay, let's say you want to eat, and you want to write some notes, right? Okay, so you sent your robot to go and get you food. Hello. So you sent your robot to go and get you food, but while he's still going, you want to write some notebook. So before he comes back, you continue writing your book. That is a feature. That is, you remember I mentioned that is a synchronous programming language. That is, it runs the function from top to bottom, one after each other. You remember? So that is synchronous, but sometimes you might have a function that not synchronous. In this, for example, let's say for this case, you sent your robot to go and get you food. While you are waiting for the food, you want to continue doing some other things that you want to do. Now, in this case, let's say your application. In your application, you click a button. You click a button to get something for you from online. While that button is still getting that thing, maybe the network delay, so many things can delay maybe the data that is trying to get is too heavy. So you don't want to wait for that button to come back before doing another thing, because you know your users are not patient. They might want to do some other things while that button is still getting all the information that you sent it, right? So while it's waiting, you want to do some other things. That process is what we call feature. Do you get? That process is what we call feature, and it is asynchronous operation. You remember that is synchronous. This function in this case is asynchronous. That is, it doesn't wait for another operation to finish before it does. So it will continue, your operation will continue working while it's waiting for the feature. Do you get it now? We majorly use this when we are trying to do network call. Are we okay? Now, there's other one called stream. Stream is used when, for example, let's say you have a river. You remember, river will always flow, right? It will always flow. Now, you have, let's say, someone at the top of the river that puts in a canoe. So the canoe goes, after that one goes, it puts another. So like it's now like a stream that every time, let's say maybe every 2 minutes, it puts in a canoe that flows down the river every minute. So that flows is a stream, meaning that at every minute, every 2 minutes, you should be expecting something, right? So that is a stream. So in this case, we want to, now I want you to tell me which one to use now in this our case, because we want to reduce our countdown by 1 second every 1 second. So what are we going to use, feature or stream? Stream, yes, because we want it to run at an interval time. So now how do we do that? Where's my mouse? Okay, we can say stream let me just do this. Stream. So now, by doing this, it means we are expecting stream of time model, right? So we can now say timer dot periodic. Okay, instead of time, I will use stream.periodic. stream.periodic, we want to give it. Now look at this. Stream.periodic, it takes in two parameters. One is the period, that is the interval you want it to to work. So we can say duration seconds one. So by 1 second we want it to run. Also the second parameter is a function of an integer. So let's say this is our. Now we can now copy everything in here. So here, this, so here, so that it runs every minute, every 1 second. So this is the syntax for creating a stream. Oh, we don't have this here. Sorry. So this is the syntax of a stream. So now this is it. Now we want to. Now if we run this, our code will work perfectly. But there is an issue. The issue is after our time is 0. You know, when this turns to 0, 0, 0, we want the periodic to stop, but this doesn't know how to stop. So we have to declare a variable. Let's declare a variable called bool. Let's call it is active. So this is active will determine either our timer is still active or not. So to do we can just assign it to true by default. It is active. Now inside here we'll check if it's active. If it's active, then we want to do this. You know what? Let's just continue in the next class. I see that you guys are tired already. Okay, no problem. Let me give you an assignment. You see this UI? I want you to do it by next class. You've not do what? You've not done what? Of the code. You guys, you guys are lazy. Let me see. I actually want to teach you guys something on GitHub. Yes, I want to teach you Git. Okay, let's quickly look at Git. Sorry. So I just want to, so that you'll be able to just push your code, and you can push my code as well, and then you download it from there. So now go to your browser. Everybody should go to your browser and download and write git download. Git download. Something like this. Git download. I've already downloaded my own yesterday. The network is not connected. I'm not sure we can finish it today. Maybe we should do it in the next class. Yes. But then when you are here, come to this place. If your computer is using 32-bit, just download this one. Don't even worry. Download this one. Let me see. Yeah, you have it already now. It's because my own is in dark mode. That's it now. Let me see your own. You've seen it. This is it. Oh? You said?
I'm asking you if this is 64 byte.
Yes, you will download this 64 byte. Come. See, click on this one. And that is the end of today's class. You can click here to download. Click here to download button. It's not